Oh, it's loud. You ready? I'm gonna try and pop the thing.
All
I can't get it up. I can't get it up.
Caiden can't get it up, guys. What the fuck? Do it!
It cut out.
Cut out. It fucking cut out, dude.
Hey guys.
Oh, yeah, welcome.
Welcome back to the Misfortune Podcast.
Episode 9.
Episode 9. God, we're one away. One away from the Big 10.
Just fucking one.
And the 10th episode is going to be in our anniversary month. So
yeah, it is. And I don't know if this is still up, but like we might be having a guest.
Hell yeah, baby.
Oh.
As usual, I am joined by my co-host, Julius.
Yeah. So for I'm sorry. I just needed to get this out of the way. You know, I'm not a very religious man, but I saw God the other day when I looked in the news, and I saw that the Snyder Cut is coming out, baby. Yeah,
baby.
Yeah,
dude. It's finally happening.
I don't know anyone who was waiting for this.
Other
than the people that that are like,
other than those people,
release the Snyder.
Those
people release the Snyder Cut, but it's like, who are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that he's getting his vision out there, I guess, but like, it's not gonna be good. Like,
honestly,
I don't think.
Dude, imagine they release it and it's just a piece of shit.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
That would be the absolute worst. Because everything I've watched of Zack Snyder's is I don't like it very much.
What else? Didn't he make another superhero movie? He made Watchmen.
He's made several. Yeah, he made Watchmen. He made
that wasn't very good.
That was. I have not seen it.
TV show was.
He made Batman versus Superman.
It was alright, wasn't it?
That is. Yeah. What else did he make? He made 300. Never watched that.
I've never seen that.
Oh my god, it's so weird to look at his filmography and see an IMDb page. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, is that what they're calling it now?
Yep. Yeah, I guess. I wish they would have just called it. He did Man of Steel, which I don't think I've seen.
Man of Steel is probably, from what you've said, Man of Steel is the best movie he's made. Because
the best one.
think Man of Steel is a
yeah. He made Sucker Punch. I don't know if anyone saw that.
Never heard of it.
Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole, his best film.
I've heard that name somewhere.
It's a weird CGI movie, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's pretty exciting that Snyder Cut's finally out.
2-3 years?
It was 3 years. 3 years. That was 2017. Or maybe it was 2016 when he said he wasn't working anymore because of some issues he had in his personal life.
Yeah. Didn't his daughter die?
Yes. Yeah. And then, which is completely legitimate. And then Joss Whedon came in and picked it up. And I don't think people liked it. I don't think people liked it.
I don't think
people are too fond.
People, including me.
The Snyder fans or anyone.
By anyone.
Oh man. I'm trying to find some way. Oh, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's very surreal to think that this is actually happening.
It is.
Let's be honest. I don't think anyone actually expected this to happen.
No, not at all.
It was just a meme. It was just a joke.
Complete meme. Yeah, for sure. I can't find a good segue. Steins Gate.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's it. That's the segue.
Yep, that's the segue. Well,
I couldn't find a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Steins Gate. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just cut out right in the middle of that screen.
Steins Gate. Yeah.
Steins Gate. Oh boy.
Man.
This shit's great.
First like 7 or 8 episodes, I was not sure why this was the number 2 show on my anime list. I was like,
no, I feel the same way.
So the very weird thing about this show is, it starts out as a pretty much a slice of life show.
Exactly, right?
Like that's what it starts out as.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it sort of ends that way in a way too.
It comes full circle. Yeah, exactly. I literally wrote down my notes. I was like, I guess I just haven't seen what makes it the second best anime of all time.
Yeah. Okay. Now. So I have a question for you. So, what order did you watch? So, did you watch like the full order? Like you watched all of Steins Gate, then the movie?
I did not watch the movie.
Okay.
I watched Steins Gate, all of it, and then Steins Gate 0.
Oh, okay. So you didn't watch the 23 beta episode?
The 23 beta episode?
I'm gonna say some weird words.
What the fuck?
Basically.
What do I not know?
So there are two, in my opinion, there are 2 ways to watch it. And I rewatched it. And so on my first watch, I did the full thing. I watched all of Steins Gate.
Yeah, Steins Gate 0.
The movie.
And then 0.
And then okay, so there's this episode called 23 beta, and I assume you could probably put the parts together for on your own if you didn't watch 23 beta. But 23 beta essentially, in the 23rd episode, you remember when Okabe fails to rescue Suzuha? Or wait, I'm sorry, he fails to rescue Kurisu.
Yes.
In that episode, instead of going back and doing it again and succeeding, Mayuri convinces him to stay, and he just doesn't go.
Okay.
And that's where Steins Gate 0 picks up.
Right, and see, on a more general, a point about the whole series, that's actually a very clever way of doing like different roads with the plot, because it's like you can go any way with all the world lines you have. Like it's great. No, so I did not watch the beta episode. I thought isn't the movie kind of surrounding like Kurisu? Like,
yeah, okay, so with the movie, and not to disinter, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
In its own rights, but I'm fairly certain it's sort of just not necessarily a cash grab, but something to just like sort
of
put
out there for the fans.
Closure, mainly. Yeah. Just because Steins Gate, it sort of ends on a cliffhanger. Steins Gate 0
does too. Yeah, they both do, and it's like, yeah.
I typically don't like ambiguous endings like that, but it's sort of like Evangelion in that way. Is that like I like that ending.
Yeah, that is right, but that plays into the nature of, hey man, we're not gonna know what happens in the future. Like since we know World War III isn't happening, then we're not gonna exactly know what's going on.
But so the movie basically revolves around Kurisu. There's this weird thing where Okabe, because of, I forget necessarily specifically what it is, because it's been a little while since I've watched it, but basically Okabe, him and Kurisu are, they're good after normal Steins Gate and everything. And he one day he just disappears. He's just like, he literally like just vanishes.
Yeah.
Kind of like in thin air in front of Kurisu. And Kurisu's like, okay, what the hell's going on? And essentially, it's really weird, but essentially what it is Okabe, something about how his reading Steiner is messing with him, and so he went to another timeline or something, and that causes everybody to forget about him, including Kurisu over time.
Yikes.
And so Kurisu's like, we can't be having this.
Right.
And So she gets Okabe back.
Yeah, I did get spoiled on something that happens in the movie. Apparently, she goes back and like kisses his younger self.
Yeah, so there's some Misato vibes in this.
Yeah, it's a Misato type beat.
She goes back in time and kisses him as a child.
Was it for motivation or something?
I forget what it was. I think it's sort of along the same lines of how you see how Okabe in Steins Gate Zero, you see him recording the video at the very end.
Yeah,
it's along those lines where it's sort of like, oh, that's
how it happened.
That's how it happened. I forget necessarily what it was. Maybe it was like a.
Yeah, Steins Gate is another show that like catches me off guard with how dark it becomes.
Yeah, dude.
So it starts out very lighthearted and like, well, other than fucking Kurisugi getting stabbed, like other than that, which they kind of throw that away and they masterfully like bring it back later on. Bro, I was like, oh like you
forgot about it. I forgot about it. Yeah.
And you think all the loose ends have been tied up, but it's like, oh yeah, she fucking dies. So yeah, spoilers for Steins Gate, by the way. But no, it is similar to Evangelion in that way that it does have some small dark moments at the beginning, like when they find out about all the people who died in the time machine experiments or something about
stuck in the wall or something.
And it was called Jellyman, and my dumbass took a second to figure out. I was like, oh yeah, it's like the bananas.
Yeah.
But it started out just so strange, and all the characters were like super eccentric and had their weird little quirks to them, and I was like, this is strange, but I slowly got acclimated to it. It's
one of those shows where, and Evangelion is like this. God, I can't keep on. There's so many similarities between the show and Evangelion.
Yeah, there are some.
But it's one of those shows where like you don't really know anything at the beginning, and then the plot builds you as the show goes on.
And it gives you those expectations at the beginning where it's like, oh, this is probably going to be like a cool time travel show, or it's like, yeah, we're going through time and we're fixing stuff and it's cool. And it's like, no, it's not cool. It's dark and depressing.
Cool. Everybody's depressed.
Everybody's dying. Depressed. Well, only Okabe is depressed. Everyone else is.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't know yet.
Yeah. But no, I mean, this show, it caught me off guard because when you typically hear about like a number 2 anime
ever,
like you're like, okay, this must be. It must have like, a lot of action, but also good character development, and it does have all those things. But it's like,
especially more so in Zero.
Yeah, it's sort of done in a different way. But because like the action, like you've seen action before, but whenever those guys came into the apartment with the guns, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, what
is happening?
Yeah, it's a very good what the fuck moment. So that's the one thing I really like is how it's so Hououin Kyouma is this fucking supposed to be he comes off like this delusional mad scientist at the beginning, right?
Right.
And you question everything he says. Like, I love the shit where he like gets on the phone with nobody and like just says some random ass shit.
And then Kursu takes the phone and it goes off.
And you question everything, including this organization he keeps talking about. And then it ends up being real.
And
it's like, oh fuck. So I mean, I don't know if he probably really did know about CERN, but like it's just really weird to have it like like you question it from the beginning, like he's probably bullshitting, but it's like, no, they're coming to kill you.
Yeah, no, it's real.
Okabe is a phenomenal character. So he starts out like I didn't love him because of his Kyouma form, and he was like kind of not serious about everything. But man, yeah, the arc he goes through. Well, you like Okabe until it's like, where's Kyouma? I want him to come back.
You like him, and you like Okabe more until Hououin Kyouma's gone.
Yeah, until he's completely gone.
Yeah, and then when well, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself, but whenever Hououin Kyouma comes back, it's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
it's happening.
It's really sad to see him get more, because when you watch the show, the more and more times he leaps through time, like
the more distressed he gets.
The more distressed he is, the more serious he is about things with other people. Like he's more honest with other people and not just like, haha, fucking. I love Kurisu and Okabe's relationship. Like
where it's just constant fighting,
bickering.
Yeah.
And I love how he has like several different nicknames for her, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing with Okabe is that the issue that I have is that, well, not issue, but like the sad part is that you see him and he's sort of been broken, because you hear that like the real Okabe is Hououin Kyouma, sort of.
Yeah,
that is the real Okabe.
That it informs Okabe, and Okabe informs Kyouma.
Yeah, and then he just broken down over the course of the show, and he's at the end he's like just a completely different person. He's like a shell of his former self.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Even especially in Zero, he is a shell for most of that show. Like
absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, in the moment when I was watching the show originally, like earlier episodes, I was like, man, can we just get through this slice of life shit? What the fuck is happening? What is going on? Yeah. And then it's like when you watch it later on, it's like, oh, I kind of miss those. I kind of miss those days now. I kind of miss where everyone was fucking happy and having gatherings all the time. I like how, yeah, I was about to say, these guys throw a party like every 3 episodes. Yeah.
They throw a lot of parties, which I think is sort of a plot device, but I mean, it works.
It does. Yeah.
Come on, boys, it's Japan.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, so you remember the episode where Okabe went on a date with
Rukako? Yeah.
Yeah. So that threw me for a loop the second time I watched it, because I was like, wait, she's 16 and he's like 20.
The age of consent laws.
The age of consent is 14. Are different? I looked it up.
Okay, wait.
The age of consent is 14.
I heard this. I read this one time. Apparently people are like, oh, the age of consent in Japan is 13, so you can fuck a 13-year-old. No, the age of consent laws are set so 13-year-olds can fuck each other, or like 13 to 14-year-olds can fuck each other, but you can't have like 25-year-old people fucking 13-year-olds. All right, that's not how it works.
So
I need to get off my soapbox now.
Is it just blatantly illegal in the show? I think it's one of those things that really doesn't matter.
21. I feel like there would be some suspect shit about that. But I mean, they're not engaging in any sexual activity. They're just
that's true. They're just going on a date.
I don't think he has any intention of getting with Kako.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
Damn. So one thing that I thought was interesting was I was browsing Steam one day and I saw Steins Gate and I was like, oh wow, they made a video game. And no, Steins Gate is based on a visual novel, which I thought was which actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, I recently acquired Steins Gate Elite, which is the
anime cut.
Yeah, the remastered version of Steins Gate, more based off of the anime, and it's great.
That has to be like the ideal version, I would think, right?
Honestly, I think I probably prefer the anime more.
Yeah, but if you want to play through it like a game, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. Well, a lot of it is sort of just you click through dialogue.
Yeah. That's the one of visual novel.
I enjoy the aspect of, because I think at some point you get to sort of become Okabe. Well, you are Okabe throughout the show, but you can use his phone, and that gives you different endings, alternate endings.
Okay.
And so that gives you, I think, the visual novel, it includes more story than the normal anime would. So you sort of get to see more than you normally would, and I'm not 100% sure if that necessarily helps you watch the anime more in depth. I haven't really gotten super far.
My guess is it would just be a more expansive experience than the 20. One thing I like about Steins Gate is, while it can be really unpredictable at times, there were certain predictable elements, but it was like predictable in that
good way.
Yeah, in a good way where it's like right up before and you're like, oh, this is gonna happen. Like when the guy was saying fucking Taru for barrel, it's like, dude, fucking it's Daru is Oz. Yeah, you gotta connect the dots. Like they both have brown hair, you know, they had that moment together and it's like, yeah, that was pretty predictable, but it was nice, you know.
No, it was good. I absolutely like that.
In the beginning of Steins Gate is so weird, and it makes so much sense that she's a time traveler. Because at the beginning, it's like, yeah, I'm a part-time warrior, and she just beats the shit out of people later. I'm like, is she really? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm a dumbass. She's a time traveler.
Well, the thing is that like I noticed because like her first line I think is she runs out of the store and she just shouts, "Hey, you guys," and
True.
At least in dub, and it's funny to see how like. Her character, because I had finished Steins Gate 0 and I was like, okay, I'll wait a little bit and then watch Steins Gate.
Yeah,
it's just so funny because her character, she just does a 180, sort of, but like also a lot of her traits stay the same, and it's like, oh, this makes a lot of sense.
Well, yeah, because it's her and she doesn't have to really go undercover anymore, you know.
Yeah, you know, she's like this nice, like fun, caring,
kawaii girl,
outgoing person. And then when it's revealed that she's a time traveler, she's just serious. She's dead serious.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing I think this animated interestingly was the way it did time travel was really cool.
There are some aspects in this show that are absolutely beautiful, and that's one. Yeah.
Like the D-mail shit is really clever. Like I like that shit. And it makes it, and the time leap shit where you can only go like how long is it? Like only about 2 weeks in the past. 2 days. 2 days. Yeah, holy shit. But yeah, it just makes time travel feel like so much more limited.
Yeah,
and that's good because time travel can be a very broken thing, and it's like, well, why didn't they just do this? You know. So that was a very good. That was very well done. And so it kind of feels jarring whenever later on they're just like, oh yeah, hop in the time machine. We're gonna travel through time.
Right. And I mean, honestly, the aspect of America and Russia fighting over the time machine theory, I would not be surprised if that someday comes to fruition. Not necessarily America and Russia, but I'm sure that it's just going to be like nuclear warfare where we're all fighting and competing.
For the one big, okay, so one big theme about the show that I really like. So I do really like how they bring it full circle, and they have to go back. Okabe has to go back and undo all the emails he sent.
That was a cool part.
I think that's really cool how they brought that around. And it really highlighted like, okay, so all these people have to make sacrifices, but you don't, Okabe, right? So like how Ferris had to lose her dad, or how Rukako had to turn back into a boy, and all these people had to make these sacrifices, and it just made me think like, I mean, Okabe is technically like being just as selfish, at least when it comes to Ferris, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he's being just as selfish, and he's not making a ton of sacrifice, other than, you know, he does make a very big sacrifice in terms of the mental toll that's taken on him by seeing his childhood friend die over and over again. But the way I see it is that ending where he goes back and like just pierces his wound that he already had, his knife wound. That was like his big sacrifice, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
To bring it full circle, you know.
Yeah. And I think that's sort of the part in this show that I like, is that every character in this show at some point they feel like loss and happiness. It's sort of everybody in this show, even, you know, some of the side characters like Rukako and Ferris, like you don't really expect them to play a big role, but
no, I didn't either.
In some episodes they do, and every character has their moments and every character has a role, and that's what I like about it.
They really do. That it's a big theme in the show, you know, memories and sentimentalism. It's a lot to think about when in terms of the time travel system they're operating in, and so there are a lot of sequences where it's like, oh, but we're gonna lose memories of this and this, you know, with Amadeus and Zero, like, it's it's a lot of that, which I think is pretty interesting. I think the ending of Steins Gate, the final episode, like that made it almost a 10 out of 10 for me.
What?
Huh?
So I forget. So you're talking about episode 24.
Yeah, 24, not 25.
I forget how it ends, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, obviously I know how it ends, but like the specifics.
The whole ending of it, right? Like Okabe going back and becoming Kyouma again, and taking the knife wound for Kurisu, and that powerful moment where he just pierces himself and he like screams, and him coming back and Steins Gate finally being reached. It's like, holy shit, this is the most satisfying shit ever.
Yeah.
It's one of the most satisfying endings I've ever seen, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah. No, honestly, Steins Gate, it's definitely flawed, but it is one of the best animes I've seen. I don't know necessarily if it's Evangelion levels.
Yeah, it's
quite there.
Steins Gate is definitely flawed in that if you're expecting something that comes later, you're not going to get it for a few episodes. You know?
But even with those flaws, it's excellent. It's one of the best that I've seen.
I love it.
So I guess you want to talk about Steins Gate Zero?
Zero.
I guess we've sort of already touched upon this, but
the sequel,
the sequel.
So
you thought shit was depressing before.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, I also just want to say, Kurisu and Okabe is one of my favorite like love stories ever portrayed. Like,
it's good.
It's really good.
Very good.
And you really feel whenever she's like, "No, I have to tell you my feelings," and he's like, "No, I gotta time travel." And that's verbatim how the scene goes. I pretty much read the script right there.
Exactly.
Zero starts out with a very interesting premise, right? It's one where Mayuri does not slap Kyouma, or excuse me, Okabe, into becoming Kyouma, and that is just that was very interesting to me from the get-go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you don't really expect. Well, number one, I don't think anybody, because obviously, we didn't watch this when it came out.
Yeah.
We watched Zero, I guess, pretty close to when it came out, relatively speaking. But I don't think anybody.
It's 2018, which I thought was pretty crazy.
I don't think anybody before Steins Gate Elite, the visual novel, or I'm sorry, Steins Gate Zero, the visual novel. I don't think anybody before that came out really expected them to continue.
Yeah, because it's like it ended. The perfect ending. Like that's the end. They reached Steins Gate. Other than that one kind of fillery episode they did, where they went to America, which I thought was fun.
That was an OVA episode.
Oh, okay. It was an OVA. It seemed like it was good. It was solid.
Yeah, no, it was a good extra episode.
More slice of life shit. I crave for Steins
Gate.
Love
yeah.
But yeah, Zero's very interesting concept at the beginning.
Well, just because I can understand honestly why they did, other than money as the underlying.
Oh yeah, money.
I honestly, like, looking back, one would think that it wouldn't make sense for them to continue it, but just thinking about the theme of the show and how it's like timelines and like when to give up and that sort of thing, when to throw in the towel, it makes a lot of sense why they did.
There's a lot of points where you could stop off and the story could change radically. Right?
Yeah. And I think they did that very well with this.
Yeah, because Okabe is like the worst he's ever been. I mean, he's doing well in life, like he's going to college, he's in the tennis club, he's a good active boy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, all of the parties he goes to, it feels like depressing as shit.
Yeah, it feels like he's just really there to be there.
And oh my god, that was so effective. That one scene where he's just walking along and then he's reminded of Kurisu and like that weird ass music starts playing.
Whoa. When is that?
He like gets triggered or something, and he's like, "I killed her" and shit, and it's like a bunch of her, like dead bodies.
Yeah, that was like at the
so
beginning,
fucked up.
and it got creepy. It was genuinely like scary for a minute. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that like Okabe as a college student, it gives you a different aspect. Well, because like, that's not really him. It sort of is him, but it's like
half of him.
You're sort of able to see him like in a state that you wouldn't normally see him in, and I think that's a great addition. Like, because
it is.
Normally you wouldn't be able to see anything like that.
Yeah, he's in like a suit the entire time, pretty much. You know,
he's looking slick.
Yeah, he's looking slick. He's acting like a normal human being, not Kyouma.
Yeah.
But at the cost of his happiness.
Right. And I think that they did that really well, because like when you're watching Steins Gate, it's like you wouldn't ever expect someone like Steins Gate Zero Rintaro to show up.
Yeah, right.
He does, and they do it very well.
I agree. The whole Steins Gate Zero as a whole, I'd say, is a lot more conventional as like a plot than say the original Steins Gate is. I think that's good though. I think that's good that we have a good, a plot that you can really like follow episode to episode. It feels much more episodic, I guess you could say,
Right. I think it's
a little more connected.
Right. I think it's more of a sort of a slice of life. I mean, obviously, when there's time travel involved, it can never really be a slice of life. But like,
slice of life carries all the way over into like the later episodes, which was not the case in the original Steins Gate. They would go.
Right. And I think this is absolutely it could very well be considered sort of a slice of life anime at this point.
Yeah, it really could. With some action, there were some predictable elements, like, I mean, come on, like, what was his name? Fucking the blonde professor, like, he's the villain. Yeah, like, I almost knew from the moment I saw him. I was like, all right, this guy's the fucking villain. Let's get ready, boys.
It was a very Scooby-Doo-esque reveal and villain, sort of.
Professor Leskinen or whatever.
No way, you?
Yeah, it was you the entire time, and it's like, come on, that dude's a fucking dick, man.
Yeah,
like,
he's an asshole.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of weird how he was hitting on like Rukiko.
Yeah, he I don't know if he says in the dub, but he called him astoundingly sexy in the sub.
He didn't say that.
Whoa, they neutered that, I guess.
Uh-oh.
No, astoundingly, like
he called her hot. I think. I think he called her hot.
Yeah.
In the dub.
Yeah, that's it. So one element I think is really cool is that pretty much all the old characters are like, they're good now. Like from the original series, like they're all good now. The only real, I guess you could call them villains, are the like newer characters who are working for like America and shit.
Right.
And like I like how they repurpose Moeka to be like kind of like the action one, and she's like the spy and shit. I
liked Moeka and Zero. I think that was cool how they did that.
I really liked her character in the original. That one episode, holy shit.
Oh, wherever he goes to her apartment?
In the sub, like, the voice actress for her was, like, legit, like, it was fucking up, like, the microphone kind of crying, like.
Oh, same thing in dub.
The dub, yeah.
Same vibes.
Yeah.
In dub, it gave me the same vibes as that scene where Asuka's underwater and saying, I don't want to die over and over.
And the dark atmosphere of that episode. Oh yeah, fucking great episode.
It's crazy because like you think about Moeka and she's like, you wouldn't expect her to have a good voice actor. She's quiet.
Oh shit, dude.
She does.
I forgot to talk about that entire episode, dude, because that was a crazy episode. Man, FB, and then seeing Mr. Braun get out, and I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, dude, when he shoots Moeka and then himself.
Oh my god, that episode was crazy. And so it's kind of creepy to watch him after, because he's like,
he's
Yeah, and it's crazy to just see him wear that fucking apron and play with his daughter in the later episodes.
I think he's sort of different in Zero though. I think he's like
he's still part of the Rounders, but Rounders aren't doing bad shit. I don't think.
Yeah, he seems like he has good intentions because he's not going to moke after anyone or anything like that.
Yeah, but no, that fucking episode. Oh shit.
Yeah, that was great. I couldn't help myself but making the joke that FB was Facebook.
I could not stop thinking about Mark Zuckerberg in my eyes.
I did.
It's like him creepily texting this young girl.
Mark Zuckerberg in anime form showed up in this show, and he was the
he was like, Kyouma want the Zuck or what? Yeah, no, but that's another like thing you saw coming where it's like, wait a minute, yeah, FB Braun. And it's like, shit.
Ferdinand Braun.
Yeah, Ferdinand Braun. But yeah, back to Zero. But I like how they repurposed Mr. Braun, and he's a badass, and he comes in and takes out all those dudes with guns.
I love that scene where he's just like, he's not even trying, he's just sort of doing it with like one hand, just sort of making each other punch each other and stuff like that.
That was great.
I really liked the addition of Kaguri.
Yeah, she's a very interesting character.
Yeah.
I saw her on the poster and I was like, oh yeah, Cooties is back, and it's like, oh,
that's same. Yeah, same. Yeah. I sort of don't. So the thing with Kaguri is like, they made her out to look like Kurisu.
I still don't get what that was for. Do you know what that was for?
They make like 2 comments on that and then it's over.
Yeah, it's not brought up again. It's very weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of weird, and I don't know if they were tired of designing new characters or something or what. But I mean, I don't know. I guess it's not a super big deal, but I just thought that was sort of weird.
She's a character you're supposed to kind of feel bad for, because she's really kind of just a child who wants her mother. It is kind of sad in that respect.
You can sort of see it coming, how like she was like future people. There's always going to be something up with them.
Some bullshit, yeah.
And with Kaguri, it was brainwashing, which that sort of got me off guard.
Oh yeah, that was fucked up with the shit written all over the walls. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was the action in this.
There was one scene in particular that I thought was really fucking well animated, or at least choreographed, and it was probably the very last episode or the one before that, where Kaguri's like charging at Suzuha, and it's just got some really good
I know exactly. I was gonna mention that too. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, man, that scene was good.
Yeah. I think some of the action in this is a little bit iffy, but you can also tell they're not holding back. Like,
no, yeah.
It's the same, because I think it might have been a different studio or different producer or something who did the second season. But you can, that scene where Mr. Braun shot himself.
Yeah.
I think if it was made by the same people who made second season, they would show it.
They would show it.
There's a lot of blood. You see Reyes just get point blank shot in the head by Kaguri. Yeah, and that caught me off guard. I was like, whoa, hey now.
How the different factions had like different portrayals, like how the blonde professor dude was like, I'm going to take over time travel.
Yeah.
Very mustache twirling. And then Reyes was just like secretly like very just quiet. It's just there. I like that. And then the Russians are just, the Russians are in helicopters.
Yeah, they're Russians.
It's the damn Russians, just the group of people.
Yeah.
There is a lot of shooty action in this one, and it does feel less dangerous with Moeka and Suzuha. Whereas in the first season, it felt very like Suzuha only she's your only point of defense,
because when they invade the apartment in the first season, I'm like, oh, is someone gonna die here?
Yeah, how are they gonna get out of this? Yeah, she did
die. But then in the second season,
again.
in the second season, it's like you sort of know what's gonna happen. You're like, okay, Suzuha's there.
Someone's gonna fuck some people up. But the first season's like, I genuinely don't know how they're gonna get out of this, and it's like Suzuha comes in
and they
and
don't.
She
dies.
Well, she dies, but still, like, there's still some point of resistance where Suzuha comes in because she's a fucking part-time warrior. It's like, what kind of cover is that?
And she just kicks everyone's ass.
Part-time warrior.
I think it was. There's one part that was really cool because they sort of catch you off guard and they're like, never mind. There's this part where Suzuha is taking a shower. She's like, I'm gonna take a hot shower.
Yeah.
And you know, right when she says those words, are like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then she takes a shower and she puts her phone in the shower, and it's like a recording of her singing.
Right.
I thought that was sort of cool how, like, because when she says I'm gonna get in the shower, you immediately know something's gonna happen. You're like, Suzuha, you know better than that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, she does. You're right.
Yeah.
I think the fights between Suzuha and Kaguri are excellent because it makes it all the more impactful that, like, they're friends.
Yeah.
And they knew each other, and they're like almost sisters essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it makes it a lot more heartfelt and like, don't fight.
No, please.
And then in the end, when Mayuri puts her head in between the two guns.
Yeah, that was
like,
the ultimate, full circle kind of arc. What the fuck? Oh yeah. So, what did you think of Amadeus Kurisu?
Okay, so I thought it was very interesting how they did this because
I did too, because I was like, how are they gonna work her in here? Because I see her in that intro. I know she's there.
So honestly, I did not expect them to pull her off very well. I sort of expected her to be like, she's dead, but sort of not really. You know, she's still here. But honestly, I sort of do like how she's portrayed because, you know, a theme of it all, the entire season is that, like, she's not real. She is not.
You can't hold on to that, you know.
But then in the end, it's like, when they're making the sacrifice for her, it's almost as if they're just sacrificing Kurisu because they're all crying and they're all sad.
Yeah.
That was really sad for me when I watched that. It's like,
and it's she's you know what? She's not Kurisu. Like she did not feel the same to me at all.
Oh, absolutely not.
But she was her own cool character, and she was like talking about how beautiful. Sort of. Yeah, she was talking about how beautiful the world was in the end and shit. And it was like, all right, you're cool.
Yeah. It was like sort of like an innocent child, but all knowing.
With all the memories, pretty much.
Which I didn't get that because one would think if she has all the memories of Kurisu, she's just like Kurisu, but she felt like a different character. You know it's still Kurisu, but she sort of felt like a different character in a way. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I mean, like, she's still an excellent character. I agree.
Yeah.
They portrayed her.
So, my one of my favorite episodes of the show was the one where he goes to the other world line where Mayuri dies.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it was so fucking weird. I started the episode and he was just standing there with Kurisu, and I was like, "Wait, am I on the right episode? Does she come back to life at some point?" It's so jarring, and it works because it's like showing you how reading Steiner works. It's like, oh, you just kind of show up here, and it's like, you know, deal with it.
I didn't like that at first, but looking back on it, I sort of like it now because it's like it's one of the big pushes to Okabe where it's like, this is what could happen, and it might be even worse.
Right. And you're in his case with Kurisu on the other side, on the other world line. I did really like that episode though because it shows how Mayuri really was the spirit of the lab. Because once she dies, everyone leaves. Right. Like everyone's doing their own shit now, and it's depressing.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Some more note. I have some more notes on this series. Oh, actually, I want to talk about Maho.
Oh yeah,
What do
right.
you think about her character?
I think so. At first, when I saw her, I was like, okay, it's second Kurisu.
Yeah, the sequel, right?
But honestly, I I like how her character was done, because like the reason why she's different from Kurisu is because she knew Kurisu, and she was always like sort of in the shadows, you know, and she always wanted to be as good as Kurisu, but she never thought that she was. But in the end, she turns out like to be better, you know, within the future, how she ends up making the time machine, or the time leap machine
Herself,
herself, and also able to jump 2 weeks.
Yeah, I liked her parallel with Mozart and Salieri. I thought that whole thing was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, her character was just very good, and she like I felt like she was a character who had like the most ambition, and like she wanted to do some shit, you know, get it done. Right. I thought that was really admirable, and she's a very good character.
She brought a lot of emotion, and I think in dub, her voice actor was very good. Let me bring up a little side topic here. There are a lot of recognizable voice actors in this. So
yes.
There are a lot of initial D people, for one.
Sorry.
There are a lot of initial D people, for one. Okabe is voiced by my favorite, Ryosuke Takahashi voice actor.
Boy, what the fuck?
The boy, dude. He's in everything. He's in everything. Maho is voiced by sort of like a side character in Initial D.
Right.
Suzuha is voiced by a side character in Initial D.
Fuck, man. It all comes back to Initial D.
Hiyori's voice actor, one of the main characters in Noragami, she plays one of the side characters. I think so. You remember Mayuri's Yuki's friends?
Yeah,
the one who gets hospitalized.
Yeah.
Not that one, but the other one. She gets she's played by that. So there are I know for a fact I'm missing. And then also Kurisu is played by, this is sort of small, but Kurisu is voiced by Mari Makanami from the Evangelion Rebuild movies.
Yes.
Which I watched the clip from the beginning of Evangelion 2.0, and it's so weird to hear Kurisu's voice say fuck.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It's jarring.
But no, that's the dub, honestly, like there's all the characters bring a lot of, and I'm sure it's the same for sub, all the characters bring a lot of emotion to it's a very emotional show.
Yeah. I on Hulu they only have the dub for Zero.
Right.
And I was watching the first season on Hulu. I started watching the dub and I was like, I'm just too attached to the sub voices at this point. I have to watch the sub. Yeah.
In Steins Gate Elite, when I'm playing it, it's all in Japanese, and I kind of like Okabe's voice actor in Japanese.
Oh yeah, I love his voice. I love the laugh he does. You know. All that shit. One thing I really like that Zero does is they use like all the characters. So they take out Kurisu, right, and they take away her relationship with Okabe, and they expand on other people's relationships with him, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, and you're right. Everyone gets a moment. Like, Rukako in the future has a fucking katana. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit's...
Dude, I really liked all the future characters in that one episode.
Yeah.
I loved Rukako with the sword.
Yeah, that was badass.
But also, it's kind of weird because you look at Ferris, and she just has just an AK.
Yeah, she has an AK, and I just thought it was so hilarious that they're in the middle of World War III and she's still wearing a fucking cat ears. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and also...
Girl with cat ears on the battlefield?
In the flashback to where Suzuha watches Yuki die, I guess her mom, it's really funny because Suzuha says she's like 10, I'm pretty sure. She just straight up is holding an AK.
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta be training her for that shit.
I guess, but that's just so funny to think about for me. That you just give your child a massive gun.
Very traumatizing backstory.
Yeah, that was one of the saddest scenes.
It was super brutal.
When you see Yuki get mowed down and then she looks at Suzuha and she smiles.
Oh, man.
That was sad.
Okay. It's time. It's time to talk about. It's time to fucking talk about Oh, I was before we talk about this, actually, I want to talk about the after credit scene on the final episode. That shit was cool.
Yes. Okay.
Where he comes and the fucking light is coming out of the fucking ground and shit. That was so cool.
I didn't understand until later that I thought that the Okabe that was recording the video, when you see him recording the video, I thought that was when he was leaping back through time. One of the stops that he made was to
record. Yeah, he decided to do that. Yeah.
And then I saw Kaguri there, and you realize, like, no, that's in the future.
Yeah.
Like, that's after Suzuha and Mayuri leave, and it's like,
and he's gonna die. Yeah, Okabe's gonna die. This is how the world line ends up. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you see when he goes back in time, and I didn't know until recent. I think I read a forum, and it was like the time travel machine had like a tracking device for other time travel machines or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But dude, that part was badass.
That was badass.
Time machine, like, you know, it's like Kyouma. Yeah, it's a grim fate for Suzuha and Mayuri. Like, they're probably gonna die.
Yeah, fucking out of
just a massive light emitting from the sky, and he just walks out like cape fluttering and all.
All right, it's time to talk about one of the household topics in anime.
Of course.
The openings and the endings.
Oh baby.
All right, okay, so we'll go through them all. Hacking to the Gate, holy shit, okay. That song slaps.
Might I add, speaking of Hacking to the Gate and the ending of Steins Gate Zero, when they played Hacking to the Gate at the end of Steins Gate Zero, I went berserk. I went insane, because I love it when they go. They did that and something else that I watched. JoJo. And do they do that in JoJo?
They did that in JoJo, where in Battle Tendency they play the season 1 theme song. That's the only one I remember, though.
Oh, that's sick.
Cars and he sends them to space. So
I think I remember that part.
But yeah, it's kind of simple.
So Hacking to the Gate, this song's a banger, dude.
Dude, okay, it's one of those things where it's like, at first I was like, this isn't really my thing. Yeah, I don't love this. But bro, by the end, the song just has so much fucking impact, man. It's like, it goes hard. It goes hard.
They play it 4 times in the show. They don't play it every episode. Or did you notice? I don't know if they do that. Maybe that's just the way that I watch, because I watched on Kiss Anime.
Right.
Did they play Hacking to the Gate every episode?
For me, they did on Hulu. Yeah.
Oh my god. So that made it all the more impactful for me then, I guess.
Yeah.
They only play Hacking to the Gate in the 2nd episode and the last 3.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And
so I guess they just didn't. Yeah, they didn't get the opening.
Yeah. I think Kiss Anime just rips it straight from the DVD. So
right. Man, yeah. Holy shit, that song goes hard.
Oh, dude, it's a banger.
The endings, I haven't listened to the ending too much, but I like it. I thought it was pretty good for like cliffhanger episodes, you know?
Yeah.
And it sounded, I don't know what the correct musical term is, I'm musically illiterate, but like it had the same, like, I don't know if you call it tempo as like the Home Depot theme song, and I don't know why I noticed that. I
didn't notice. I didn't notice that.
Okay, so Zero's opening, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't vibe with me. Like, I don't vibe with it.
Really?
I don't
vibe with Zero's opening.
Okay.
Not as much as Hacking to the Gate.
Okay, I Can Fly High. That part is pretty good.
That part's great.
I Can Fly High. Yeah, that part is. And I like the There Is No God, wonderful.
That part, yeah.
I had a lot of meaning in the show.
See, the thing with, if you read all the lyrics, because one of my favorite lines in that is, become a light and give birth to Zero.
Yeah.
That has a lot of meaning in the show as well.
Yeah, There Is No God to me had meaning because, like, you know, fucking the bad guy thought he was God and shit.
Right.
And it's like, and by the end, Maho's like, you motherfucking idiot. God is not establishing any laws, dude. Like, we can change this shit.
Yeah. There is no fate.
Yeah, that's the thing at the end of the day, is like, we can change all this shit. You just have to leap back through time about
to believe. So, but Steins, you're right. It's not as good as Hacking to the Gate. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's still it's still because it's sort of like it's sort of grimmer. And
it is
hacking through the gates like not necessarily upbeat, but it's like
by the chorus it gets pretty upbeat, kind of.
Yeah, it's sort of it's something you can vibe to.
Yeah,
and Steins Gate's also something that you could vibe to. I guess you can vibe to anything if you try, but like Steins Gate 0 isn't one of those things where you vibe to it.
I was just vibing to End of Evangelion the other day, you know, when Zayla was coming through murdering all the scientists.
Yeah, really loving that one guy got torched in that room.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. That one girl, you know, was trying to stop that guy from
fucking head.
That was a pretty good chill scene, chill sequence.
But no, I think both of them sort of. I think the reason why I sort of like Zero is because, or Zero's opening, is just because it sort of matches the tone in a way.
Yeah, no, I agree. It has a much more dramatic, you know, tone about it. You know,
yeah,
kind of like the ending does. Every episode it ends like, "Come to me." It's like,
yeah, okay.
And then the second ending, weird.
I didn't really like either of the endings. Yeah. The first one's like it's okay, it's not that bad, but then the second one's just weird.
The second one's okay. I don't like the second one. Okay, it's weird.
They straight up stole the visuals from "Fly Me to the Moon," the second one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't think any of it was necessarily bad. It was just sort of. I think it was sort of meant to be creepy in a way.
I also think the show has a very good soundtrack.
Oh, okay. So there's this song called "Gate of Steiner," and you should look that up. That song is an absolute banger, and it goes so hard. And you've absolutely heard it before.
Oh yeah,
it's like the main theme, but that song is awesome. And the soundtrack.
There's a song I vibe to at the end. I played at the ending of Steins Gate. It's called "Another Heaven." That was pretty good. Apparently, it plays the credits of the visual novel too. So
nice. Okay, so the song that I'm talking about, I don't know if you remember the ending, the credit song for Steins Gate 0. And they sort of do a lyrical version of it. And they add words to it, which I thought that was cool too. But with Steins Gate 0, the ending credits, it's like, it's sort of creepy. And it's left, it's one of those
that song.
Yeah.
Man, that song, I feel like the best scene that played for was the one where he realized that Kurisu's gonna get stabbed.
Yep.
Like that was so, because it was just such a good oh shit moment, you know.
Yeah, and it goes full loop, and you realize
there's one part in particular that sounds like really dire, and it's really good.
Yeah. But no, Steins Gate.
Steins Gate.
All in all, it's great. It's
great.
It's one of my favorite animes now, for sure.
I think Steins Gate, the first one is phenomenal. The second one's good too. It almost feels kind of like a spin-off.
Honestly, yeah.
It feels important by the end though, because the Mairi shit, you know.
Unpopular opinion here, but I like Steins Gate 0 a lot more than other people, because I've heard that like Steins Gate 0 is bad. I don't think it's bad at all.
I think that's a big thing in fandoms. They like to trash on sequels a lot, you know.
I think it's just because it's different and people don't like that, which I will agree. It's absolutely different.
Yeah, just because it's not literally fucking 10 out of 10 like Steins Gate is, that means it's bad, you know.
But
I love Steins Gate though.
As a whole, I think the show is great, and it absolutely it's a very good theme, and I don't think there's a ton of time travel anime out there.
No, there really is, or at least time travel that's utilized well, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I love Steins Gate. Good show. Like it. I did watch another show.
Oh yes.
There is another. Ooh. And it's by Studio Trigger. It's called Kill la Kill.
You watched it?
Yes.
No, you watched it.
Oh, I never told you. Oh,
no, you didn't.
That makes it all the better. All right. So the only Trigger shit I've seen is the movie Promare, which I thought was really good.
Okay.
So Kill la Kill is kind of my second diving into the Trigger filmography.
So I guess I should probably explain. So, God, this was a while ago. This was like 2-3 weeks ago now. 3, yeah, somewhere around there. So some friends and I, me and a couple of other buddies, we all had a thing where we decided to each throw out an anime suggestion, and we all had to watch each other's anime suggestion. Mine was Evangelion, of course.
Yeah.
Another guy's was Kill la Kill, and the other one's was Parasyte, which I guess we can dabble on. It is on Netflix. So I watched Kill la Kill.
Man,
it's good. It's good.
I love it.
So I guess I should probably tell you a fun fact. I literally found this out like a few hours ago. Studio Trigger is a branch. It's made by two guys who left Gainax. Yeah, I never knew that. That's awesome.
They also made Gurren Lagann eventually, and after that, they fully branched off into Trigger, which is making new shit. You know?
Yeah, they're making a name for themselves.
Trigger has a really good visual style. Like Kill la Kill is one of my favorite anime visually. Like,
at first,
so good.
I didn't like it, but it grew on me.
Yeah.
Absolutely grew on me.
Well, first off, I feel like it has its opening scene, the very first scene. I love it. It's phenomenal.
You just get beat the shit out of.
It is I can see it being a litmus test for people who don't want to watch quite literally an insane show.
The show is summed up in the first scene.
Very first scene. I love that shit.
I was watching it and I was like, I vibe with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what kind of characterized Kill la Kill for me at the beginning was one thing I did find wrong with it at the beginning was that it was extremely unsubtle in everything. It was just completely crazy and just like,
absolutely.
This is the story, this is what's happening, these are the characters, these are the way they are. It grew more nuanced over time, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one big thing people like talk about the show, I guess, is the sexualization of characters.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I think everyone in the show gets sexualized. So
in the last scene, yeah, they do.
Literally,
none of them are wearing clothes.
They're all just kind of naked in that scene. They're kind of just vibing with each other, you know. They're not like sexualized or anything, you know. It's more like they're just.
The thing is, it's like I don't think it's necessarily like sexualized. I think
it makes sense within the plot. Right?
By the end of it, it becomes like normal. It's like you're not really phased by it.
It makes sense in terms of the plot. At first, it's kind of creepy, you know.
Yeah.
You get kind of rapey vibes from
the teacher guy.
Yeah, fucking nudist beach motherfucker.
Which I loved. That was hilarious.
Nudist beach. Yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, you know, there's some fan service that you gotta appreciate, you know. Satsuki, please step on my face. Anyway. The visuals are amazing.
Oh,
like
absolutely
amazing battles.
The action is done great.
Oh yeah, and they exaggerate a lot of shit. You know, like how fucking Sasuke's literally all the way up on that high ass tower, and she's just like, "This is a
there's a light beaming down." Yeah,
it's like the most exaggerated shit ever.
Right.
The action in the show is so over the top, and it's fucking awesome.
Right.
Over the top, like its characters, like fucking Mako, which is one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah, dude, the part where she wears the Jotaro outfit.
Yes.
That was awesome.
You can tell it's the Jotaro outfit, and not just the regular like delinquent.
Yeah,
because of the hair that grows in the back.
Yeah, and that was a cool shout out. So, I assume you watched Sub.
I did watch Sub, yeah.
There are, again, a lot of recognized. So
the web,
especially, the web grows. Misato's voice actor from the redub plays Satsuki.
Right.
That's done excellent. So the thing is, like,
I'm sure the dub is very good.
You hear Misato and you're like, she's not a villain voice.
Right. That's not.
But she can be. Oh, she can be.
Yeah.
And she pulls that off. Excellent. Dio's voice actor plays Gamagori.
Nice. And
Jotaro.
I really like Dio's English dub voice actor.
I like him too. Jotaro's voice actor plays the nudist beach teacher.
Matt Mercer, baby.
Matt Mercer, dude, gotta love him. I'm trying to think. There are more. Oh, the JoJo narrator plays Senketsu. He plays Senketsu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which
I really like Senketsu as a character. Like, I like how he evolves over time, and he just
funny.
He's funny. He learns to like grow emotions and shit, despite being a piece of clothing. I like how nobody else can hear him. That's pretty funny.
I read a lot of things where it's like, I never thought I'd cry over a shirt.
Yeah, over a shirt, right?
Over a shirt, but
the plot.
No.
So my thing is the plot like gets vastly better over time.
Absolutely.
Like at the very beginning, the plot is not very attractive. It's just like you're going to school to get beat.
I'm looking for my dad.
Yeah, I'm looking for my dad, and I'm going to school to get beat the fuck up every day, right? Like that's pretty much what it is. But it evolves, and it's actually really fucking good.
I think the main reason, or not necessarily the main reason, or one of the main reasons why that is done, is because of the plot twist.
Oh man!
Oh my god, the plot twist is amazing.
The plot twists, by the way, it doesn't stop at just that.
Oh right, yeah.
Because I'm talking about Satsuki's fucking betrayal of Ragyo, right?
Yeah.
So it starts out, it's like Satsuki's like you kind of start to like Satsuki, and you start to like the Elite Four as time goes on, right? Like the Elite Four were my favorite characters by the end.
Absolutely, yeah. No,
but no, you start to like them, and like there's some really good subtle messaging in the second opening where it's like they're both looking at each other, but they're both going down the same track.
They're both running towards the same thing.
Yeah. There was the one scene where she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna spend the night here at your place," and she said some really backhanded line, and I was like, "Is that what I think that means?" And I forgot about it and disregarded it, but
it is what you think.
The twist is really good because it's so impactful when she just fucking stabs her in the back. Holy shit! Literally backstabs her. And
then there's another, in the form of how they're sisters. They're sisters. Ew.
I cannot hear you.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Oh.
Voice.
Julius?
Your voice.
Julius?
I can't hear you now. Editing.
Julius?
Editing time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you, man. Sorry. Fucking kill.
Hello.
Hello. All right, we're back on it. Let's pass over. Tell me you never.
It kept on popping up though.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
Anyway, yeah.
I think the other plot twists that they're sisters.
Yeah.
That's done very well too, because that like you don't really see that, or at least I didn't really notice that like both of your dads aren't there.
Yeah, that's true. They're both not present.
Right? Yeah, your mom's sort of weird. What's going on there?
And man, holy shit, Ragyo's probably one of the worst anime characters ever. Not like bad, but like
she's a terrible person. She just murders her child.
Yes. Okay, and that was fucking disturbing as shit to me when it was like when she dumps the fucking
when she dumps the baby down the chute.
I was like, holy shit! And then I was Ryuko, so I was like, okay, it's kind of better, but you murdered me.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That got dark real quick.
Fucked up.
Yeah, that made me sad, dude.
That was really sad. I do find it interesting how she ends herself in the end. I was kind of like, damn it, fuck, we didn't get to fucking.
Yeah, like
she we didn't get to. She finished herself off, and that's the worst.
She gets her comeuppance, but like she also got her way.
Same thing with Nui, which, by the way,
fucking hate Nui.
I hate her, but I love her character. Like she shows up out of nowhere and is just like, I killed your dad. Yeah, and it's like I killed your dad, and she is one of the most effectively annoying characters ever.
Dude, I wanted the entire time just to punch her in the face as hard as humanly possible, and that's what makes her good.
and they give you that satisfaction when she gets pissed later, you know. She doesn't really get like killed, but like she gets really pissed later and is like, God fucking damn it, I lost my goddamn arms.
Well, and then
that's really satisfying.
The issue of like, if someone told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? Arrives, and it's like Ragio literally says like to her, she says, sacrifice yourself, and she just does it without question. And then it's revealed that like she's not a real person and she's artificially made.
Yeah,
which
that's so weird, but it makes sense, I guess. Kind
absolutely.
of. The thing about the show is it has like so many climaxes. It's like I was like, okay, this is the final battle. This is the final battle. No, all right, this is the final battle. Yeah, you know, it's like a boss with a bunch of phases and shit.
The part where it's like just all of them on the ship, and it's like we're the last of them, and it's like the people that you wouldn't expect to be together, like Satsuki's forces, and then you know the nudist beach guys. I think that's really funny, and it gave me some major Evangelion 3.0 vibes, especially when the boat turns into like a warship.
Yeah.
That shit was and then insane. A sword. The boat turns into a sword.
Yeah, you know what? Just go with it. That's the thing about this show. You know, just kind of go with it.
The show is so insane, and it's very intentional. You know,
but it's
satirical, and it makes fun of anime.
Man, and the thing, I love all the Elite Four.
I love them all, yeah.
For different reasons for each of them. Like Gamagori is really cool. You know, fucking. You know, he's super
tough.
He's super tough, but like Mako's his weak spot, and I like that.
Mako's,
and all their powers are just super fucking cool. Like
I really liked the guy who, God, I forget his name, but he was like the swordsman, and he loses his eyes.
Sanage Yama, dude, I loved him.
When he takes off the blindfold and his eyes are still there.
Yes,
that was
I was
crazy.
Like, yes, queen.
Dude, yeah, he was like, no way.
He was probably my favorite out of the four.
He was my
really
favorite.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then I forgot the marching band girl's name, but it's kind of cool that she has that friendship with Satsuki in the past. Yeah. And I liked the I forgot his name, but the blue-haired dude who just literally does everything for Data. He's like, all right, I'm not really gonna fight you because I've got all the data I need. I'm just gonna hang back now. Yeah.
I'll be chilling back here. And then it turns out he's like ripped and he can fight.
Yeah. I also really like the one character. I forgot his name, but it's the dude
Mohawk
with the
dude.
Mohawk.
The Mohawk dude.
I just love how he runs in and fucking shoots people with a nail gun. Just like and then that's it. Like he's not a good fighter. He's not a good fighter or relative to everyone else.
Yeah, he's supposed to be, but he isn't.
And he's kind of irrelevant in the end, but I just like how he always charges it. Like there was that one moment near the end where he and the teacher like fuse into a robot, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we get knocked away." Yeah.
And then they just get into the ocean.
Yeah. Really funny anime. Like
it is
a lot of funny moments, and I think that's needed for such an insane show. You know,
absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a comedy. One could say.
Oh, for sure. Like the comedy is very sexual. Like Mako's mom and Mako's dad and her brother literally just like fucking perv out on Ryuko all the time, and it's like this is uncomfortable and trashy, but like I don't know, it's fine, I guess.
Funny, and it works sort of. It's okay in this context.
And like there's that one scene where you're like the really filthy rich crab dude where like the sword dude literally like anally rapes him.
Yeah.
Like, with a sword. And it's like, what the fuck? You guys did not have to go that hard. Like, what the fuck?
I think that's what makes it worse, because this is one of those shows sort of going again back to like the clothing part, and like I never thought I'd cry over a shirt.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's such weird concepts, but by the end of it, they completely work for you, and you're used to it.
Yeah. And it's and there's a lot of satisfying moments, you know, like there's that one part where Ryuko comes back to have a rematch with Nui, and she's like going super fast and is like, what's wrong? I'm too fast for you. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, beat her ass.
Yeah. And
like,
I think
was a really good moment.
Ryuko's character progression throughout the show, that's done very well, because one could think, like, she goes from just being a typical high school student,
typical delinquent,
typical delinquent who can still hold her own, to just flying out into space, absorb people's like Goku uniforms.
And even before that, she thinks about like her own existence, her own nature. Like she like casts Senketsu aside for a while, and she does her own shit because she's made of life fibers.
I liked the part where she gets emo and she like tries to send herself into exile or whatever.
Yeah.
And I really like the part where like I think they tried 2 or 3 times like to mind control Ryuko, and every single time she's been able to resist.
Yeah, fuck no. Yeah,
there's that one time where she just straight up punches herself in the face instead of Satsuki.
Yeah. Man. This anime is extreme in its emotions too, where like everyone will always be extremely emotional in like their speeches and shit and like their feelings. There's no middle ground,
Right.
I'd say if you really liked the final episodes of Kill la Kill, like the entire climax, I'd say Promare is a very good watch, because like the final third of that movie is just fucking bunch of fighting and shit and big ass robot fight.
I thought Promare was a horror anime.
No, it's a movie, and it's about firefighting, but not like regular ass firefighting.
Yeah,
like
it's a firefighter anime.
Superhuman. Yeah, that's it.
Interesting. Yeah,
I read some interesting shit about Kill la Kill. Apparently, the creator came up with the concept of Kill la Kill after looking at the similarities between the Japanese terms fascio and hold on. Sorry, I'm blind.
Oh.
Fashion and fashion. Fascism and fashion.
Oh.
And the dual meaning of the terms seifuku or something like that. It means both conquest and uniform, and kiru. It means both to kill and to wear.
So yeah, that's the thing, is that so the name Kill la Kill, it sort of doesn't make sense, but the way that kill is pronounced is the same way that clothing is pronounced.
Yeah.
So one could say that the name is Dress to Kill, which would make
yeah. But that would be a lot more generic.
Yeah, but I think that like it sort of has a double meaning.
Right.
And Kill la Kill is like, it's a very badass name.
It is. It really is. But I mean, yeah, it's good anime.
Good. Yes.
Watch. Recommend.
Yeah, I very much enjoy it. I didn't expect to enjoy it because like my friend had been telling me about it for, I guess Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
He'd been telling me about it for a long time, and I'd been like, this doesn't seem very good. I looked up the plot of it, but like in all honesty, you look up the plot of Evangelion and it doesn't seem very good.
It does not seem very appealing, no, yeah.
But then you watch it and it's like, this show's great. This is good. Yeah. So I guess we should move on now.
Yeah, the final piece of media that I consumed.
Quick. I just wanted to talk about just Parasyte real quick.
Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
This will be very short, but Parasyte, it's a very straightforward. So I don't know if you know. I'll just give a basic summary. Parasyte essentially, parasites start coming to space and taking over people's minds, and but there's this high school kid named Shinichi, and he's listening to they come in through either the nose or the ears. And so there's this high school kid named Shinichi, and he is sleeping with earbuds in, as a typical high school Japanese anime protagonist does.
Yes. Looking at you, Shinji.
And he tries to, the parasite that he gets tries to go in through his nostrils instead. So he coughs it up, and it ends up going onto his hand.
Yeah.
So now his hand is the only part of his body that's connected to the parasite. And it's really weird because the parasites can turn into like fucking blades and shit like that.
Oh, that's dope.
And it has like a mind of its own. And so it's sort of, how Shinichi and his parasite named Miki, or Right, I believe.
Okay.
They have to sort of get along with each other, and also they're fighting a lot of other parasites. There's some good action in this, honestly. It's very.
I was wondering what genre it was. Yeah.
It's. I think it's technically horror, but
horror. Yeah.
It's there's not a whole lot of horror.
But yeah, mean, you could compound that like horror action, horror.
The
thriller,
first 20 minutes of it are like a guy's head gets eaten, and but like that is definitely not what the show is. And the show is like somehow it also manages to make you like sympathetic towards the characters, and he has a girlfriend that he keeps on rejecting, and but no, I think what's also interesting about the show is that other parasites, they believe that they have to feed on humans in order to live, but it's revealed that they don't.
Yeah, they're just doing it for the shits and giggles.
Yeah, it's Shinichi's, sort of fighting like, hey, you guys don't have to be like this. And he actually succeeds for one of them, and I'm not going to spoil anything.
All right.
But that's a very sad scene.
Interesting.
With her. And it's, sort of revealed like the nature of the parasites and everything like that.
Okay.
But no, all in all, Parasyte is...
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the premise, but that sounds actually pretty good.
It's a very straightforward show, but
right.
It's good. I mean, it's not like the greatest anime I've ever watched anything, but if you're looking for just a good, shorter anime, that's definitely a good pick.
Right. Finally, we can finally talk about it. I watched...
After a month, baby.
Kimi ni no Nawa, or whatever the fuck.
Kimi ni no Nawa.
Did I get that right? I don't know. Your name.
Your name.
Right. Thoughts?
This movie is 100% in my top 5 movies of all time. It's beautiful, honestly.
I agree. It is one of the prettiest movies.
Oh yeah,
I've ever seen. Like from the first frame, from the first shot of the movie, it's like, wow, this is fucking beautiful.
It's the first shot of the movie. I assume it's the comet.
The comet, yeah, it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
So the movie, right? It like starts out. Spoilers for your name, even
spoilers
though we've spoiled all these. We spoiled all these shits.
You should know by now. We forgot the Evangelion one, and he had to put it in.
Yeah, we're just. You know what? If we're talking about some shit, just assume we're gonna spoil it. Other than Parasyte, I guess. So, but it starts out like a very. It starts out like a Freaky Friday movie, right? Where it's like we're switching bodies, but I thought it was very interesting how they did it.
Yeah.
I was confused. It was like so. It started out with the guy in the girl's body touching her boobs.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then it cuts back, and it's the next day.
And it's
yeah. Not. It doesn't show the whole day, which I thought was pretty
like
interesting.
Chronological, or I guess it is chronological, but
well, this movie isn't chronological.
Yeah. But like it's not linear, I suppose.
Yeah, not linear. Non-linear is the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just such an interesting way to frame it, though. And really, the first time we really get to experience the body switching shit in a full day is with the girl and the guy's body, which I thought was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Man, I was not expecting the twist.
No, not at all.
The twist is really good.
The twist is excellently because it's like there are literally no clues.
There are
there
are not. They are both set, and the thing is, they're set 3 years apart, so you couldn't possibly like you couldn't tell like if there's any certain types of technology that aren't present.
Right.
I was confused. I was like, wait a minute, did she have a phone or something? I remember her not having a phone, and so I thought it was farther in the past, but no, it was only 3 years.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that is a genuinely good twist and turn because there's no clues for it, and so you're genuinely shocked by it, like, oh, this place fucking blew up.
Right.
Like,
it's gone. It's not there.
And it's another thing where it's like right before it like really spells it out for you. You're like, oh, and the whole theme about the threads and shit.
And it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And then and then I'd say the movie earlier in the movie, they're talking about the Twilight in the classroom. I love those scenes in movies where it's like, we're talking about the theme of the movie in the classroom,
right.
I always love that. But yeah, like, it gets a little more vague later on, a little more fantastical, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's definitely a fantasy movie. When he falls in the cave and drinks
that part,
the shit.
I sort of didn't get that part because
me either. It kept it very vague.
I think it probably, from what I'm guessing, it probably ties into a lot of Shintoism.
Yeah, a lot of religious shit.
Or Japanese culture.
Yeah, I guess it you just kind of have to accept it at that point because everything else makes sense pretty much,
Right.
you know. So it's, you know, let this one slide.
Yeah, let's let it go.
Man, the comet scene, the scene when the comet hits the town. Holy shit.
Yes,
that was so good.
Honestly, this movie, like, it seems like it's normal animation, but there's something a little bit different about it, and
there is,
and it's beautiful.
It like looks kind of 3D-ish at points.
The movie is beautiful, and also
I'm sure there's a term for it, but
I don't know if you know the song Zen Zen Zens. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah,
that's the opening technically to the show.
Okay, yeah, that was so weird. I was like, wait, so is this a montage or like what's going on? And that was literally the anime opening for the movie, right?
So it's not the first song that plays, because there's a song that plays, and then there's another one where it's like a time lapse of like nature and sort of that stuff like that, and it's like they're sort of talking to each other and it's funny. So that's regarded as the opening. In that song, mixed with like all the shots, it's beautiful. It's so well done.
It is. Yeah, it's one of the prettiest movies I've ever seen, for sure. And the story was pretty concise. You know, everything made sense for the most part. And man, yeah, that twist is phenomenal.
The twist is absolutely very well done.
I think I like Weathering with You more.
Okay.
But that is, like, I could probably say that Your Name is an objectively better movie than Weathering with You. I could probably say that.
I can understand.
I think it's on an emotional level. I guess I didn't connect with Your Name as much. I guess. Ending scene is very good, by the way.
Absolutely.
I didn't connect with it as much, I guess, but I still really liked it though. Really good movie.
Weathering with You is coming out on DVD.
Oh, fuck
3
yeah.
days.
Fuck yeah. Kiss Anime, baby.
We're going to be talking about that shit.
We're going to be talking about it, yeah. It is a very similar movie. The director has a very distinct style, like fantastical scenes and shit.
Yeah.
Along with music in the background, with vocals on it.
I watched 5 centimeters per second, which is 2007, and that's made by the same guy.
Oh, okay.
That's only an hour long, and I don't think it wasn't near as good as Your Name, but it was good, but there was something sort of different, and I feel like that's sort of like a precursor that was sort of like setting up, like getting prepared, because it's a lot of the same. It's sort of the same plot. It's this guy and this girl, and they've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And then in like middle school or high school or something, the girl moves away, and so it's like these two just want to see each other like one last time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's sort of the same. And
this director likes to make romance movies, and he likes to add a little fantasy. You know,
a dude does it well.
He does. He really does do it well, because it's just not something you really need explained, right? Like, you don't need the whole magic system explained. It's just like, if I can accept this fantasy, you know?
Yeah, it happens, and it works very well. And I really like how he ties Your Name into Weathering with You, and Taki and Mitsuha.
Yeah, I want to rewatch Weathering with You now, just to see those characters.
I haven't watched it, but I know that like they both. I don't know if they like.
Yeah, they show up.
Prominent futures.
They don't. They're really just they're Stan Lee cameos, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is pretty interesting. Apparently, Your Name is being remade into a live-action movie.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's being directed by Mark Webb.
Who is that? Oh, wait, isn't that the Spider-Man guy?
Yep, Amazing Spider-Man
1
and 2.
People who know me well know that I don't think those movies are bad.
Okay, wait, I like the first one.
Okay, let me.
Okay, the second one is bad, but I like it.
The second one,
I like it.
People hate on Andrew Garfield a lot for it, but it is absolutely not his fault.
I really like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
He gives a great performance, and it is not his fault that the writers
he's not given
wrote
shit
him
to
a
work
bad
with. Yeah.
script.
Yeah, bad
And
script.
you can tell he puts a lot of work in. Like, I think there's a deleted scene somewhere out there where his dad comes back, and you watch that, and you're like, he's into it.
Yeah, he's into the role. And it's like, oh.
Do you know who's acting in that? Has that been confirmed at all, or is it just in the works?
No roles have been cast yet. Yeah, it just says production announced, so that means it might not even happen. So
was it this year?
I don't know when it was announced actually. But yeah,
that reminds me. Did you hear One Piece is getting One Punch Man?
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, One Punch Man.
Yeah, One Piece would be like 15 movies.
A One Punch Man movie, like, I just don't understand. I don't know if that would work at all. From
what I've seen of it, it does not seem like it'll work.
The action is not gonna be good. It's gonna look like dog shit, okay?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. You guys, you need to stop making live action anime movies.
Honestly, dude.
It doesn't work.
They ruined Death Note. They're doing Cowboy Bebop. Netflix is doing.
Oh no! Oh no!
Making a show out of it.
Okay, but here's the thing. Live action anime movies, I believe they can be good, but
they're not.
Okay, no, but they cannot be faithful.
Absolutely.
At all. Because if you're faithful, then it's just goofy as shit. Like,
yeah,
like fucking like the Dragon Ball movie, like the live action Dragon Ball movie.
No.
Oh god.
The Street. Like, oh wait, Street Fighter's not anime, but still.
No, yeah, you're right though. Like, the idea of a fucking person turning into a giant ape, you know, when the moon comes out and shit. It's like, all right, that's cool in anime.
That's in Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, it's a long story. You can make that cool, right? But it looks like absolute dog shit in live action.
The thing is, and this is gonna sound pretty weird, because I've tried explaining to my parents, like, because I watched Your Name, and I was like, I cried when I watched Your Name. I was like, this is great. You would absolutely like it. And they're like, but it's anime. And that's the thing.
It's a Chinese cartoon.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that what a lot of people don't understand is that, like, some things, like the comet and Your Name, it will look better in Your Name than it will look in live action.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, and what people don't understand is anime is a medium, right? It's not like a genre, right? Like, when people think of anime, they think of like, oh,
Japan,
Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. Yeah, look at all these cool, crazy-haired guys. It's like, I don't want to watch this shit. It's like, anime is a medium in which genres are translated into, right?
There are several genres of anime.
Yeah.
They're countless.
Horror anime.
There's as many anime genres as there are normal genres.
Yeah, exactly. Because anime, like movies and like video games, it's a medium to work within, right? It's not necessarily a genre in itself, where it's like stupid shit happens and people have crazy ass hair.
Right.
Anyways,
Your Name. I'm sort of going off on a tangent. That's okay.
Your Name. Yeah, great movie.
Your Name. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I would recommend.
Yeah. So
I would highly recommend.
Last topic, unless do you have anything else?
Yeah, I was just gonna. I had something I wanted to say.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Well, what was the last topic that you were gonna say? Because we can talk about that first.
All right. Well, I was just gonna say, for those of you who are fans of Evangelion.
Oh yeah.
We got a little bit of sad news for you boys.
Sad news. Well, it's not news anymore, but you know,
if you're
it's an update for anyone who's like, what?
If you're a fan of Evangelion, you've most likely heard this already, because I think this news was announced a week after we recorded our last episode, the day before we uploaded it.
You're right.
Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 has been delayed indefinitely. I think we could have all seen this coming.
No! Oh shit, indefinitely? I never heard that.
Oh, it has no release date. Yeah. Which, in my opinion, that's actually better than getting a release date, because that means it can be put on track whenever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think sort of the plan for a lot of movies is, so you're familiar with Tenet.
Tenet, yeah, I'm excited for that one.
That is coming out July 10th, I believe. That's sort of the test for all studios to see, like, okay,
what's it gonna do? What kind of
good? We're releasing. If it doesn't, everything is in 2021.
Well, I don't. I'm gonna see it.
So, I'm seeing that shit, baby.
Fuck yeah, Christopher.
So they're sort of going to use that as a test, and I hope.
Yeah.
I was about to call it Guy next. I hope Studio Kara uses. It is Kara, right? Yeah, it's Kara.
Yeah.
I hope Studio Kara uses that as a test, and I hope the net is good, because otherwise,
yeah, me too.
That shit's getting delayed another year.
Right. Man, at Evangelion 3.0 looks, or excuse me, 3.0 plus 1.0. I'm sorry. Like it looks phenomenal, right? Like the para sequence, like it looks really good.
However, they included some good news for this with this announcement. There has been a poster. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sure Julius will put that up on screen.
Yeah.
A poster that has been released titling the movie Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time.
What the fuck?
At first, did you not know this?
No, I did know this, yeah. I was just reacting to the title. What the fuck?
Oh.
Thrice Upon a Time? What the fuck?
No. Now here's the thing. Here's the
reason.
Thing. At first glance, someone would be like, that title sucks. I agree.
Yeah.
That title sucks. Let me pull it up here.
So. They had some cool titles too, like You Cannot Advance. You Are Not Alone. You know, that shit was pretty dope. Then it's like Thrice Upon a Time. It's like a fucking children's fairy tale film. And Evangelion, FYI, is not a children's fairy tale movie. It's for big boys who like robots.
Yes. However, get this. I'm trying to see if I can pull up. Give me a second. Okay. All right. Thrice Upon a Time is a science fiction novel by British writer James P. Hogan, first published in 1980. Unlike most other time travel stories, Thrice Upon a Time considers the ramifications of sending messages into the past and or receiving messages from the future, rather than sending physical objects through time.
Oh, Steins Gate type.
I didn't realize this is Steins Gate.
Shit, dude. Watch, Kyouma's gonna save humanity in place of Shinji.
That tells me.
He's gonna be like, fuck you, kid.
That tells me my theory might be correct when I say that the original Evangelion timeline
is the predecessor.
Might tie in. Well, I don't. Not only do I believe it's the predecessor, but I think they honestly might bring it back. I think they might tie it into the Rebuild movie somehow. And if they do that, normally
crazy
that sort of shit. But if they do that, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my mind.
The title is good now because it's like a nugget of information for the fans. That's good. That's good.
So it's delayed indefinitely, which in my opinion that's probably a good thing because they can put it back on track whenever. They delayed it 2 months before the movie would have came out. So I'm sure they can put it back on track whenever, and it can release pretty soon after that. So,
well, that's exciting then, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Just keep your hopes up. Stay the fuck. And hopefully this ends up coming back soon because I know there was an apology note actually released with it from Anno. It was kind of sad, and he's like,
"Oh no, you don't have to fucking apologize, man. It's fucking COVID time.
You've already apologized so many times." No, I'm just kidding.
It's not your fault. You've already, yeah.
Inside. But no, he released an apology note, and it's like, I know you guys have been waiting for this for what I guess 10 years now, something like that.
Hey, it's all right, man. We'll just go through your filmography again.
We're rolling with the punches.
Yeah,
And when this shit comes out, I'm sure it's gonna be great.
It'll be hype. It'll be hype for sure. It'll be hype or really divisive for fans, because that's what 3.0 was.
That's what all of Evangelion is, really.
Yeah, because Anno was like, leading those fans, the fans I'm talking about that really like the fan service shit, and the Shinji getting his way shit. Those people who want to see Shinji succeed, those sick fucks.
It's never gonna happen.
Those sick fucks. They were led down. I forgot what the figure speech was for it, but they were something led down the rose trail or some shit. I forgot what the fucking term was. but they were led down the path and they thought that Shinji was gonna get a happy ending. No, fuck you. It's not gonna happen. Okay, it will never happen.
Which
and
that
3.0 showed that.
That reminds me, I watched the 3.0, the preview from the end of 2.0.
Yeah.
It is nothing like the movie we got at all.
Dude, and that is why I'm led to believe. Okay, so either they're just like, let's put some random shit in that we don't even know. Like, we don't even know if this is gonna be in the movie or not. We don't know where this is going.
Anno knows.
But part of me likes to believe that Anno really likes trolling the fans and goading them in. Yes, he has a master planning. Because he likes subverting expectations. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
He likes to. There's a part of me in my heart that wants to believe that Anno wanted to goad the fans into thinking that they were getting some good ass shit when they're really just gonna watch Shinji get fucked in the ass again.
Yep.
But anyways.
Yeah. So it's delayed. Let's just hope for the best. Don't be pissed at Anno. It's obviously not his fault.
Yeah.
I really don't like the people who are getting mad at him. Like,
I don't. Yeah. It's like, dude.
He's an old man, dude. This has been a baby since the 90s.
Be fucking mad at the world then. If you're gonna be mad at this dude, like, just get pissed at the pandemic. You know, you have a right to be pissed at the pandemic, at least. You know.
Yeah.
You have a right. But yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be nice to have another quick video games talk.
No.
I've been playing a lot of it recently.
Here we go.
But only one game. So I'm gonna be honest. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've shelved it for a little while.
Oh.
I don't want to. I don't want to finish it. I want the next. You know what I want? I want the next game to come out, and then I'm gonna finish it. Then
I'll tell you this right now. It's longer than you think it is.
It's a long path away. Okay, then I may just incrementally play it. I may just be like, all right, a chapter every 6 months. That's how we're doing
chapters, and like the last 5 are so much longer than the rest.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm on chapter. I want to say. I don't know why I'm stuck between these two numbers, but it's 8 or 12. I just met Aerith. I'm at that point.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. Yeah. I know you're on the story.
I really like it so far. I think my favorite point in the game so far has been the big ass boss battle you have with the big hologram dude. The hologram dude leads it off, and this big ass robot.
Yeah.
You have to fight him. I think my favorite character to play as so far is Tifa, to be honest.
Tifa, according to what I've seen and from what I've heard, she's the strongest character. Like, she beats Cloud. She beats
the ever-loving shit out of everything, and I love it.
Star Power or Star Show or something, where she's insane.
Her moveset is just awesome. Yeah. Barrett I liked in the beginning because of his gun gimmick, but I don't use him as much anymore.
He's not that. I think he disappears for a lot of the story.
That is very sad because I like him. And Cloud, Cloud is good. He plays
a badass.
Really. He's got a sword. Just swinging around.
Can tell you this right now. So I sort of know not the entire story of Final Fantasy, but I know a good summary of. So this is going to be split up into 3 discs, I'm pretty sure.
Right, yeah, 3 discs.
And so the ending is sort of going to be left ambiguous, sort of.
For the 3rd one?
No, for this one.
Oh, for this one. Oh, yeah. I knew it was going to be left ambiguous. Right?
From what I know, right around, and probably in the 2nd disc, is when it's going to pay off. I'm not going to spoil anything here.
Well, the thing is, like, I heard that this game, the game that part 1 that I'm playing right now, it like covers a very small percentage of the game.
Yeah, I think it only.
I'm like, how big are the next 2 games gonna be then?
Well, the reason why this game is so big is they take what's been established in the other games. Or I guess in the original Final Fantasy VII, they take what was established in that. And they expand on that, and it's sort of an Evangelion.
Apparently,
it's sort of an Evangelion rebuild movie.
Kind of a They're in the same universe.
Whoa.
Not Evangelion and Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy.
What
the fuck? That'd be pretty dope though. Fighting Ava as Cloud.
But it's sort of a rebuild issue where like you're sort of supposed to know the story, so you might want to get a little bit of backstory after you finish the ending, because especially there's this guy named Zach.
I've heard about Zach.
Especially a lot with him. You're not going to know what the hell's happening.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I am enjoying the game so far. I really enjoy the combat system. I did from the beginning.
That's what I've heard. It's like the semi-turn-based combat.
Yeah, no, that's what makes it really cool. Is you can like pause to do shit.
I always like it when you can do stuff like that.
Yeah, that's nice. But it's not completely turn-based where it's like, all right, what's your next move? Are you gonna attack? Or like you can actually literally just play where you're running around and beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
So I've fixated on another game actually. I fixated on. So I've never played a game from these series before. And so I started playing Dark Souls 3.
Oh.
I would recommend playing it. It's so fucking fun, and it's a journey. You know, you go through it, and it's fucking hard, and it's an arduous journey.
I've heard that it's the game that will piss you off beyond belief because of the bosses.
Okay, man. Next time you come over, I want you to play it. Okay, I want you to play it, and I want you to experience it.
All right.
Man, I love it. I put a bunch of hours into it now. It's my first Souls game ever. I bought it a little while ago. It was on sale, and it fucked me, and so I didn't play it for like 2 years.
Oh.
And I finally picked it up,
Nice.
and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it again, and so I did, and I love it. I love it.
All right. My game recently has been CS:GO. Now with my computer.
There we go.
Grinding CS.
CS:GO, nice.
I think I built my computer in January or February. In that time, I think I now have 120 hours on CS.
Holy shit.
I've been grinding a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. So whenever I'm pretty sure your old laptop could probably run CS.
Oh, okay. So I tried one time.
Oh well, never mind.
Online, it would like load into the last moments of the match, or not the last moments, but like, you know, the point where it's like going to end.
Oh,
right.
It does that.
Oh really? Okay.
That's normal. Most of the time,
But like when I ran like training to like learn the game, like. It ran fairly well, but
most of the time when you join a match, you're not going to join at the very beginning. You're going to get put in the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
That is when you can. That's how it works for.
It's a blind spot on my part then. But no, yeah, I've heard CS:GO is a very good game as well. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like.
What do you like about it?
Honestly, like it's the most first-person shootery game I've ever, because like.
Yeah.
It's the only first-person shooter game. I've never played any Call of Duty games or anything. So the only experience I ever had was like
GTA.
Not even GTA. I didn't start playing GTA until recently.
Oh yeah, true.
Like Halo, I guess.
Halo, yeah.
That's a completely different beast. But with CS:GO, it's very specific. Like specific parts of the body have certain damage, but like you're rewarded on how good you are, because no matter what gun you have, like if you get a headshot, it's an insta kill.
It's right, and that's good. Yeah, I feel like there's a distinction between like Halo and other games. Halo feels very like floaty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and it like not a lot, like not too much precision, I guess. But I mean, that's for me. I've barely played any Halo, but
yeah,
just from what I feel from the game, whereas CS:GO feels so like a lot more surgical, you know.
Half of the guns in Halo just automatically lock onto people.
Yeah.
So that sort of takes it away. But like, I can already tell, like, just from playing CS:GO, even with a mouse and keyboard, it correlates to other games.
Yeah.
Like with Halo, you know, now I'm actually like getting good at hitting people in the head and that sort of thing. But no, I mean CS:GO, like, it's not one of those games that's it's not objectively like good,
like great, yeah.
But it's fun. I don't know. It's not like It is a good game, I guess you would say, but like obviously, it's old, so the graphics are
pretty old.
Not terrible, but they're not good either.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. But no, honestly, it's a fun game. So, yeah, I mean, I'd recommend it. It's free to play now.
Free, yeah.
And I mean,
didn't know that.
A lot of PCs, the majority of PCs should be able to run it, honestly.
Oh
so.
yeah, if my Mac can run it slightly, slightly, it should be good.
But yeah, I don't know if you had any other topics.
I don't. You know what? I don't have any other topics.
You know what? Neither
do I. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It feels like the episode is over now. So just got to end it right here.
For listening to this episode of the Misfortune Podcast.
Yes, sir. Where we talked about more anime.
Yeah, the reviewing anime podcast.
The anime podcast. Anime's probably would be our main draw.
I think it's just like that right now, just because with the coronavirus going on.
Yeah.
You have a lot of
watch some
time.
Anime. You got a lot of anime to watch.
Yeah, and there's not like a ton of like news going on right now. I don't know.
No,
because before, we weren't doing anime all the time, but
other than Biden saying that someone who wouldn't vote for him is not a black person. A little cringe.
Little cringe there.
I mean, I would still ride with Biden, but that is cringe.
And he's a bit of a character, honestly.
He is.
He's a bit of a character.
You know what? He's better than Trump, but like,
yeah,
the corn pops. He's just.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're done.
Podcast.
Greg, take us away. Oh, not yet.
Oh, I was just gonna say, episode 10, next episode. Might be a little bit of
episode 10. It'll be a different episode for sure.
It will be.
It took us 10 episodes, at least 10 hours, because I know we have 2-hour episodes.
Oh yeah.
To get
this is probably gonna be. It'll be close to it, like an hour and 45.
Yeah. Probably, well, wait. When did we start this? 11:26. Oh, it's almost 2 hours. So. Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next month
Craig,
for our birthday month.
Fuck yeah, Craig.
Take it away.
Take it away.
Bye, guys.
Is that our new outro or something?
I guess I don't know.
All right. Goodbye.